Welcome back to the Boring Talk with Saturn. I'm Saturn here. I'll introduce myself again. I'm Saturn. I'm a PEA, probationary estate agent. I'm 21 years old, and today the series will be why some new project will be hot in 5 years and not many won't. Okay, I'm not doing some prediction here. I'm not making any prediction for the future of your property. Okay, so but I will tell you a little bit which you can go and study, which will make the probability of your new project be hot in the 5 years. I mean, spot a good property lah, a new project property. Okay, so this video is not for sub-sale one, it's for new projects only. Okay, so number one is location, location, location. If you have watched my previous video, which is the biggest mistake first time home buyers make, in that video I also talk about location. Okay, but for new project I want to emphasize more on location also, which is today's episode. Why? Because if you're talking about new project, it means it has not been fully built, correct? So the developer has a land, okay, and then probably it is starting to be having some construction. It built until the car park, okay, and then you are buying a unit by looking at the sales chart, okay, the sales graph, and then you just pick your numbers and floor level, and then you can see your SPA, all that, right? Correct. So we are not looking into something that already been built, that is called sub-sale if it had been built. If it's not been fully built, we call it a new project. And when you buy a new project, developer will tell you it will be complete in 4 years time, 5 years time. And what's the market after 4 years time or 5 years time? Correct? No one can predict. Okay, but I can make that probability higher to spot a good one, which is location. Why location? Why always I emphasize on location? Because if location is not good, I don't care your building feature. I don't care what the developer gives you a good price or a fully furnished, free furniture, and then you have rebates or a lot of car parks. If the location is not good, no matter how good is the deal that developer give, you won't be able to exit immediately or exit your property at a good price in the future for resale value. Okay, so study the location first before the building features or the price. Okay, so what makes a good project and at a good location, which is MRT. Okay, because now recently there's an MRT 3 lane coming up. I mean on the way lah, on the way. And then if you don't want to look into MRT 3, you can look into LRT or MRT lane or MRT 2. Okay, MRT 2, which is the Putrajaya lane. Okay, so schools also, job area. Okay, so let's say okay, previous video I talked about I use sunway velocity as example for the biggest mistake first time buyer makes, correct? So for today, just for convenience, I will also use back sunway velocity as an example. Okay, so sunway velocity is a township. If anyone been to sunway velocity at Cheras or anyone living near Cheras, probably you heard of sunway velocity, right? So sunway velocity itself is a township. Okay, what comes with a township? Hospital, schools, jobs, which you must have. I mean, shop lots, all this, and then you need to shopping malls, and then you need to have residential residents. Okay, and then you need to have colleges or even international school, Tadika, all that. So all that must come together in an area, then we call it a township. And then of course there must be a MRT nearby, all that. Okay. Okay. Other than studying the location of the surrounding areas for the project that you like, also study the reputation. Why reputation of developer is very important? Because not not every buyer will study the reputation, and some developer, I don't know if any of you have met this situation where the developer built halfway and then just run away. We call it 着楼 lah. But you know, if you don't do the research on the reputation of developer, bad luck lah if you meet this kind of situation where developer build halfway and then run away. Okay, but even though the developer run away, you still need to pay for the installment. So you'll be having a pin for 35 years to cover the installment. So this is not a very good thing. Okay, so how to check the reputation of a developer? Okay, I mean you can certainly go to Google. You just type the developer, whichever that builds that residence, and then you just look through their record and also their past record of the residence that they have been built, already completed, okay, already hand over keys, and also the project that are currently ongoing in the market, not just the one that you look at, also others. If they have any other project that they've been currently ongoing in other area, also no matter. Okay, so there are some red flags to spot lah for not a really good deal. Okay, I know that a lot of purchaser, okay, they want to have like a good price, okay, and then so they okay with it, okay, and then they have a lot of like the free gift, and then some probably free furniture, fully furnished for you, all this lah, and then the property price is cheap. Okay, sometimes sometimes it's not always a good deal lah if the property price is too cheap. Okay, so don't get hooked by the price. Look at the surrounding the location. Okay, let's say they give you the good price, and then they give you a lot of free gift, fully furnished furniture. Okay, you just need to move in when it's completed. Okay, then I think you need to be more aware lah. You need to be more aware because it's not always a good deal. Look at the surrounding, look back at the surrounding, and see there is any development ongoing or not, or the amenities, the location. Is there any good like walking distance or driving distance within 5 kilometer or 3 kilometer? Is there any schools, or is there any public transport or walking distance to or driving distance to somewhere? Okay, the more it has, the merrier it is. Okay, the less it has, then you need to think lah, really think through of it lah. Okay, but there's no good and bad. Okay, this is new project. If we are really looking into a resale value, but if you are just looking into own stay and you don't care about resale value at all, you rugi, then you rugi, then no problem. Okay, then you base 100% on feeling, but also check the reputation of the developer. Okay, in case if it's run away, build halfway run away, you not only cannot stay at the unit, you also need to keep bleeding your money for the next 35 years because of your loan. Okay, so somehow also you need to check the reputation of the developer. And yeah, and if you have no time, okay, if you have no time for researching, you're a very busy person, okay, your job requires you probably 24/7, then you can just pick a developer which is listed one, okay, in Malaysia, listed company in Malaysia. Okay, so you just go to the developer, okay, like Sunway is listed, okay, it's called Sunway Berhad, so it's a listed company. then you can go to check Sunway and see if currently Sunway has any ongoing projects, okay, that is under Sunway. Okay, so listed developer mostly or most likely won't run away after it had built halfway lah. So that developer won't really run away lah when they're listed one. Okay. So yeah, that's all for today, this episode. Thank you. It's been a boring talk with Saturn, and I'll see you on the next episode. And if you think it's helpful, do like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you have any question, you can comment down on the section below, or you can go to my Instagram and DM me, which is Saturn C dot property, SATURN C dot PROPERTY, Saturn C dot property, and I will reply you as soon as possible. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.